Hey, y'all see what it is. We took that fresh hot, put the L on the forehead. Hey, the season looking like it's a rapsy. It is what it is. But gang, listen, we here to stand to the music because that's what we do. Hey, belt. Get that thing up out of here. We ain't looking at it, bro. It's a wrap. Season's over. Jamar Chase. Yes, sir. Hey, forget all that. Hey, listen. Hey, ring check. We still got one of those, so we ain't even gonna cap on all that. But hey, listen, come win, loss, or tie. Y'all already know it's always fly Eagles fly. We still gonna rock it. Y'all know what it is. But if you new to this ride, hey, y'all know what to do. Go hit that subscribe. Cause we still gonna kick it in Eagles flavor. Cause y'all know how we rocking. But hey, listen. Hey, we on all platforms today. My guy joining me. Hey, listen. We livening this thing up today because, again, we going through the struggles together. My guy, Billy, hey, the podcast, let him know what it is, my guy.
Yes, sir. You already know, man. You already know. Can you hear me?
Absolutely. You already know.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you already know, man. It's your boy Joe Castro, a.k.a. Philly Fresco. Philly, the podcast. You see it behind me. Hey, like he said, man, we going through the struggle right now, but trying to stay positive, trying to stay happy. It is what it is. You know, welcome to Philly if you're new to this struggle, I guess. But, hey, we going to have some fun. I'm excited to hear what everybody got to say, to be honest.
Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. Again, you know, hey, this was a tough game to stomach. As an Eagles fan, I'm sure if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, I see y'all up in here. Hey, if you're a Giants fan, if you're a Washington fan, hey, listen, I know you feel real good right now. Hey, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to open this stream up today because we're going to talk to the nation. Hey, whoever feels y'all need to call in, hey, whether you friend, rival, or foe, y'all know what it is. Y'all got that opportunity to call in today, and we're going to take it. So, hey, listen, we saw some things today that was encouraging, but at the end of the day, when you got to walk out and hold that L, y'all know the vibes. It is what it is. We didn't get the job done. But, hey, let me know, my guy, real quick. Billy, hey, what's your thoughts on this game real quick, my guy? Just let me know real quick. Before we get into this chat, I see y'all building it up. Notification gang in the building. But, hey, let me know your thoughts. How you feel about this game today, my guy?
I mean, at the end of the day, the goal in the National Football League is to win the game, right? You know, there are no, moral victories in the NFL, unfortunately. But if there were, we had some. You know what I'm saying? Jalen Hurts looks like a real prospect. He looks like he could be something for real. You know what I'm saying? But we saw the same old Doug. Jalen Hurts threw the ball 44 times. You know, Miles Sanders had the ball, ran the ball, at least I should say, 17 times. Just not what you want to see. Obviously, Jalen Hurts had 11 more, so it's like it kind of makes the running game look like maybe Doug's going back to what we need, as far as a running game. But he's not. He's not. Most of it was because of Jalen Hurts. Like, yeah, I'm a little excited to see what, even on the defense. Yeah, we did give up a lot of points. We gave up a lot. D-Hop kind of killed us. But there were a lot of plays that we were right there. And these guys are former automotive techs. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we have Darius Slay out there right now or even Avonte Maddox. Mills made some plays, missed some plays. I said to you this. I said this to you off stream, man. Our punter got hurt. I think that just perfectly summates like our whole season. It just summarizes everything that we've been going through, everything down to the punter can't stay healthy. So it's frustrating. Obviously, especially to be that close and feel like you had a win within your grasp. But at the same time, maybe there is a little bit of a silver lining to this. And, I don't know, man. I'm grasping at straws right now. I'm grasping at straws called hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, it sucks, though.
We're going to be grasping at straws all stream, my guy, because I'm going to tell you what, the positives I did see in this game, hey, I'm going to tell you what, if y'all thought Jalen Hurts wasn't ready for the NFL? Yes, sir. We found that out today. I'm going to tell you what, this man threw, how many touchdowns was it? I think he threw 4. Was it
3?
3 touchdowns, and he rushed for 1. That's what it was. Hey, listen, that is the most the Eagles have thrown touchdown-wise. That's more than Carson Wentz all season that we've seen. So just from Jalen Hurts alone, watching this spark, and the way that this team plays for Jalen Hurts, listen, that was encouraging to see. So this is like one of those bittersweet feelings because like I'm over there looking at the sidelines at Carson Wentz. I know this ain't a good feeling for him. There's already been the chatter pretty much of him getting, expecting to get traded up out of here. He don't want to be no backup quarterback, which I understand. So listen, the way Jalen Hurts has been playing, in my opinion, he deserves a starting role in this roster. If he continues that kind of effort, this man, really tried to will us to a win. Put this team on his back with all the flaws and deficiencies that this team has. Oh, my goodness, we almost saw it today. So I got to salute Jalen Hurts. Hey, how many yards he get today? I think it was like 338. 338,
exactly.
3 touchdowns. Hey, 1 rushing touchdown, 0 picks. Yes, sir. Hey, that man was airing the ball out too. He was showing up clutch also. Hey, look, the defense, it is what it is. DeAndre Hopkins came to the game. So he torched us up. We all knew it was coming. The absence of, Darius Slay, that showed up big time today. So, again, I'm grasping at straws too, my guy. This was a tough game to stomach today. But at the end of the day, we got to hold that L. The season looks like it's a wrap-see, my guy. So,
and I will say before we get people on, a lot of people have already, you get 100 messages as soon as the Eagles lose. So, but a lot of people are saying already that we're going overboard and saying that, Jalen Hurts did so well when he has more weapons or something better than what Carson Wentz had. Carson Wentz had 0. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Jalen Hurts has 0 more excuses or how am I saying, more weapons. He doesn't have more weapons than Carson had. Like I said earlier, we're still seeing the same Doug. The defense is even more depleted. The offensive line showed up, like they show up, terrible as always. And, wide receivers aren't getting separation. I mean, my guy made Alshon Jeffrey look like a wide receiver in the NFL again. Like, are we going to really sit here and act like, and we were all questioning Zach Ertz, will to play and whether or not he wanted to be on the field. We're seeing a whole different Zach Ertz right now. It's like, at what point do you stop saying, Carson didn't have this, Carson didn't have that, and realize maybe he's just better fit. I don't want to say Carson has a load of talent. Carson is a very talented football player. We all know this. He went number 2 in the draft for a reason. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, like Ryan Tannehill wasn't who Ryan Tannehill is right now when he was in Miami. Maybe sometimes it takes that little bit of a change of scenery for somebody to really click somewhere else. It is what it is. As fans, we have to just look at what's on the field and be honest. I know a lot of people are going to probably come on here and just be like, oh, no, y'all giving up on Wentz too early. If Wentz had this, if Wentz had that, we're still running the game 17 times with our number 1 running back. Is that better? But I mean, I digress. I'm sure that we're going to get into this.
I'm telling you, brother, it's tough when you try to, we saw positive things from this team today, but of course, the underlining factor is that we took an L. So regardless of how much effort we put into this game today, the end result was we took an L. So that's the hardest thing to tough through today. The playoffs were on the line. That sailed off, in my opinion, after today. I'm sure mathematically we're not out. But at the same time, it's over, brother. It is a wrap-see, in my opinion. But, hey, listen, shout out to the notification gang in the building. I see, hey, let's go, Birds HD. I see you, my guy. Hey, Philly girl, ASL interpreter. She didn't change the logo. I see you, girl. Salute to you. Hey, we about to open up these call lines soon. I see, hey, my guy, Jay, Cowboys fan talk. You already know the vibes. Hey, I know y'all graduated from the basement today.
Yeah.
We are now
One
there.
step up.
Oh, my goodness. My stomach is sick. We are in the basement, gang. Hey.
The whole NFC East is. Whoever wins is just basically going to be standing at the door of the basement. That's all you get when you win the NFC East. I mean, it's crazy, though. The Cowboys put up a lot of points this week. The Washington football team, they had a close game. So, it's annoying being an NFC East fan in general right now because none of us should really have a shot, and we do, and that's just what makes the anxiety, build more and more each week. It's just annoying. Hey, we
Hey,
keep hearing that.
I'm gonna tell you right now, hey, it was a very electric game to watch. I expected to see some action in this game. Listen, Kyler Murray, hey, look, he at least gives DeAndre Hopkins a shot. One thing it was good to see Jalen Hurts actually giving our wide receivers opportunities to catch balls. I didn't see that at times with Carson Wentz. I ain't even gonna cap, gang. Like sometimes when Carson Wentz would have took a lot more sacks this game, I guarantee that. But hey, Jalen Hurts, the efforts that he brought, the way he commands this offense, it's on some different energy. And you immediately see that. Hey, Quez Watkins. Oh my goodness. Did you see Quez Watkins?
With the little spin, that was beautiful.
Listen, Alshon Jeffrey's playing with more energy. This whole team just responds differently when Jalen Hurts is, at the helm at this point. Again, not the slouch on Carson. Carson has talent, but you have to build an O-line for Carson. You have to build the resources around Carson Wentz. Something this Eagle organization definitely hasn't done. So we've set Carson up for failure. Hey, at this point in time, even with the loss, the way Jalen Hurts looked today, hey, I'm going to tell you right now, I think Carson may be up out of here come next year. What's your thoughts? How do you feel? Real quick.
I'm glad you brought that up.
We're going to open up this streamline. I'm going to go ahead and pin the link in the chat so y'all know what time it is. Hey, I believe you might have to pin it in yours, but I'm going to put it in here as soon as I drop it. But I'd like to know from you, though. Let me know. Hey, what's your thoughts on this current situation, my guy?
I'm glad you brought this up. I wanted to do a video once I heard the news, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to be on with Notion. We'll talk about this. Look, man, I love Carson. I love every player that puts on the not Kelly Green, but Eagles green, Eagles uniform. You are my guy. You know what I'm saying? No matter what happens, while you're wearing that jersey, you are my guy. It is what it is. But if you want to get out of here simply because you feel like, you have to fight for your position or you feel some type of way with the organization, all right, I understand you feel some type of way. But this is Philly, man. If you feel like you are not going to be held accountable for how you play, you're not in the right city. You know what I'm saying? You're just not in the right city. And have we done enough to help him? Probably not. It's very questionable. I'm sure you can make some arguments towards yes, but my overall feeling on that is probably no. But did we do much to help McNabb outside of our defense? No. I mean, he didn't have weapons. Didn't we bench McNabb? Yes, he got benched. McNabb didn't play as terribly as Wentz, and the numbers didn't show how bad Wentz was playing at times. To your point, you said he would have probably got more sacks. He probably would have got more interceptions. He probably would have got more. My man's fumbled the ball and got 11 yards off of it. You know what I'm saying? It's ugly, but sometimes it has to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to sit here and compare Jalen Hurts to anybody, but at the end of the day, if you fit into this offense, you fit into this offense. And if it's not, it sucks because I said this before the game, win or lose, it's going to create controversy because now it's like, was it Doug's fault or, is it still on, who's still to blame? We still don't know. But at the end of the day, we see what we see. We see the game film and, it might be Hurts. It might be Hurts season. It might be time to just pin it up. And if we're going to rebuild anyways, you probably want to rebuild around a rookie contract rather a $30 million a year quarterback that is going to get upset every time you have a bad game or he gets benched. So, my thoughts are still on the fence as far as how, what is Wentz going to do? But as far as Wentz wanting to leave, if you want to leave, you could go. Like that's how I'm not going to beg at your feet, bro. I'm not going to hold that door closed. I'm not going to beg at your feet. If you don't want to be in Philly, then that's your decision. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Hey, I got to second that. Again, I don't want us to be holding no players hostage over here in Philly. Again, you got to have a certain type of mental makeup and a certain kind of heart to play in Philly. It's not easy being a quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, honestly, hey, I'm going to feel the same way for Jalen Hurts, after some more games down the season. Again, from what he displayed today, look, Jalen Hurts displayed that he deserves to be in this NFL. At the same time, the way that we treat our quarterbacks here, I'm not encouraged that we're going to treat Jalen any better. But again, listen, we made some encouraging moves with signing a possible new GM. So I'm interested to see how that unfolds. Hopefully we can draft some talent around our quarterback, but we got to figure out this situation. The only thing that holds us to Carson Wentz right now is that financial cap or that financial money. So we got to figure out how to work that. We should not be just held to a player just because of money. If we see talent, and it is what it is, if Jalen Hurts deserves an opportunity, listen, we're going to have to figure out how to rework this contract, offload the contract, do what we have to do. And again, this is sad because these are two different types of quarterbacks. One is, hey, listen, they need a pocket. They need time to be surgical on the field. One is a natural get out the pocket and a playmaker. I mean, Jalen Hurts, listen, I was watching that game. If I was in Madden, the X Factor badge was lit. This man was going in. I was like, Jalen Hurts is going off right now. But at the same time, I mean, listen, our defense showed up. Our injuries showed up. We couldn't withstand it. There's nothing that Carson could have done. In my opinion, that would have changed the outcome of this game. I don't honestly know if it would have been worse with Carson playing, just because Jalen got up out of that pocket quite a few times. But at the end of the day, listen, they adjusted to Jalen Hurts today, and we saw that on full display. So
yeah, and look, this is not, bash Carson Wentz, but like Jalen Hurts, even down to when he walks off the field after a good and bad play, his mood does not change. He looks exactly the same. It's like the craziest thing. But, and I have to always say this. I love Wentz, man. It is what it is, but we have to look at it as an organization. We got to look at it as a business, man. Like Jalen looked good, bro. Like if we can, and we're gonna go against the Dallas Cowboys next week, right? If I'm not mistaken, we got the Cowgirls.
Hey, we got the Cowturns next week. Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you
in the living room now.
Neither of them bums.
Facts.
Kind of rocking like that, bro.
Facts. We need to go out there. I think that's going to be more of a test of his courage than these games were, to be honest. Because, I mean, these games are, obviously wins are cool and everything, and going out there and playing well is important no matter who you're playing. But you go out there and you play Dallas Cowboys, you go out there and play the, Washington football team. These are division rivals. Like, it's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be interesting to see how he reacts to that. But, yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm cautiously optimistic, I guess. I don't know.
Hey, right on, man. Let's get this stream rocking. I see I got, we got some people falling up in here. Of course, I'm gonna let the young gang go first, because we know the vibes. They get the express in the line. So, hey, listen, the order real quick. We're gonna rock with Braden. And then we got Let's Go Birds.
My God.
I see my favorite Dallas Cowboy fan in the back. So y'all already know the vibes. I see what type of day it's going to be today.
There we go.
Sir. Let's get it. Hey, my guy Braden. What's going on, my guy?
My dude.
Hey, I know it's a tough day. Hey, listen. Let me know your thoughts today, Braden. The mic is yours. Tell me how you felt after this game today, my guy.
I felt like it was a good game. I think we saw a lot out of Jalen Hurts. Quez Watkins had a breakout game. He had that TD, and I was like, ooh, this man's fast. he is really fast. And
Facts.
And I think our defense played good. I do want to say one thing. When Cowboys fan only, or whatever his name is, comes on, let me roast him.
Hey, you know what, Braden? Hey, we're gonna do a little something special for you today, my guy. Hold on a minute. Just for the culture. Hey, listen. Hey, hold up.
What's up there? What's
Hey,
going
you
on?
got it on. Yes, sir. Hey,
Yeah, what's up, my guys?
Before
What's
you
going on,
start
brother?
coming on here capping, J Tuck, y'all garbage. No, I'm playing. Hey, Cowboys fans only, J Tuck. Y'all go check my man out. Hey, but Braden called him out. He wanted to throw some roast action in, man.
What's going on? What's going on, Braden?
Let me talk about the Cowgirls. They might have won today, but they still trash. No matter what
Okay.
the record is. Last time you won a Super Bowl, I wasn't even alive.
Hey.
You know what, Brayden?
No, she wasn't even alive.
I hope on Christmas morning you open up those gifts, man. You get you a big Dak Prescott jersey up under that tree, man, so you can start rolling with the winners, man.
Oh God.
Hey,
Oh,
all right,
God.
Braden. Hey,
You know
listen,
what? You want to know what? You want to know what? Do you want to know what?
What's up?
When you Christmas, I hope your Christmas present is you lose. The Cowboys are going to go 0-16 next year. You probably didn't even see the Cowboys win the Super Bowl. That's how bad they are.
Oh,
Yeah, you got a
oh,
point. I did. When the Cowboys last won the Super Bowl, Brayden, I looked a little bit like you, man. But it is what it is.
See, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. Long time ago.
Betty, my guy.
That was like 1950.
Hey, Brayden, I gotta ask you a question, my guy. We know we took a loss today, and hopefully we saw some good from Jalen Hurts. But I'm gonna ask you, Brayden, is the season over, Brayden? Is the Eagles season over this year?
What do you think I'm going to say? No, the Cowboys season is over, though.
We gonna have to get you a new jersey, man, because that one you got on, man, ain't gonna be around for too long.
I'm getting the Jalen Hurts jersey. When I get it, I sure will be on.
There you go. Upgrade yourself.
Hey, we still in there, Brayden.
In the draft. But Jalen Reagor was okay today. He really didn't have that much action, but he was okay. And our defense was pretty good. And what's up? And I think our team was a really good team. And I really, really agree that the Cowboys are trash.
Right, you got a question. Somebody's asking a question. They need to know from Brayden. Let us know. Hey, should we let Carson Wentz go, Brayden?
Yeah, we should. We should. But not this season. Next season. I think we should let him go. And we should let him go. I don't want his career to be ruined, so we can't let him go to the Cowgirls. Because his career will be ruined.
We're good. We appreciate the gift, but we're good.
But I think, honestly, he might go to the Patriots because there's news that Cam Newton might be letting go. So I think that's a big possibility that he goes to the Patriots.
All right, that's an interesting take. Hey, listen, we're going to talk a little bit about it today, Brayden. Hey, I appreciate you for coming on. As always, my guy. You one of my most livest Eagles fans out here. Hey, let me get a fly, Eagles fly. We know the season's over, but we still going to ride it. Jalen Hurts all the way out. Let's go, my guy.
Oh, I got to say one more thing. I say this on everything. Mark my words. Jalen Hurts will be in the Hall of Fame. And also, mark my words. The Cowboys will go in the dumpster.
I like that one.
Yes, sir. Hey,
we gonna drag you in there with us.
I appreciate you swinging through, Brayden. Usher gang, salute.
I'm gonna get a fly, Eagles fly in here. Fly, Eagles fly. Cowboys suck.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Say it with your chest. Y'all know. Later, my guy. Hey, you already know. Hey, for the young coffee, we had to turn up. Jay, tell me mine, brother.
What's up, family? I mean, I got to come through and show my support, man, to my guys, man. But I want to ask a serious question. Like, we all knew, we knew Jalen Hurts was eventually going to be that guy. But why do y'all think it's that Doug Peterson still is hesitant by saying that he's going to be the starter? That's my first question.
So
why do you think he's still kind of dancing around the subject and just saying, admitting what Jalen Hurts really is going to be the starter moving forward?
But when you have a quarterback that is on the contract books for over $60 million next year, and you don't know what the plan is, you don't want to go in there and make that quarterback just feel all types of, I'm all out of this train. So he has to coddle. He still has to pay attention to Carson Wentz and his feelings. Because at any point in time, if Jalen Hurts would have came out in this game and looked like an absolute bum, hey, it is what it is, that he would have had to fold the hand and go back to Carson Wentz. But at the same time, because Jalen Hurts is now succeeding, listen, that might be a escape route for Doug Peterson. I unfortunately feel as though he's going to throw Carson under the bus and say unfortunately, he's not the style of quarterback that I need to run my scheme. So right now he's playing it cautious. He doesn't want to, gas, I guess, Jalen Hurts up to the point where he thinks, yes, this is your team. But at the same time, listen, Carson Wentz right now, I mean, his mental right now is being challenged enough. So his coach, he has to be gentle with him. That's the only reason why I see him playing these mind games in press conferences, talking about he don't know who his starter is. He knows who the starter is. The world sees who potentially, who changes this scheme. So Doug's going to have some issues on his plate.
Yeah, I'll go even deeper. I'll go even deeper on that. Is that I don't think Doug is going to be the one making those decisions. I don't think he has been that one making those decisions. I mean, the issues with the organization right now, especially this year, have slowly been coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like who's really making their decisions, even down to personnel. We've heard that Howie had more say than I think any GM. I may be wrong on this, but I can't remember the last time that, a GM was down there telling them, no, you're going to play this guy, you're going to play that guy to his coaches. So if that's true, it's hard to really say, as a coach, I'm playing devil's advocate here. It's really hard to say, yeah, I think Jalen Hurts is going to be my guy because he said that Mike Groh was going to be his coach. And, a couple hours later, we all saw what happened with that. So I'll go even deeper saying, I don't know if Doug Peterson really makes those calls. So, he can't really say it. That's speculation just because of what we've heard, you know what I'm saying? And you hope that's not the truth, but that's kind of what it seems like to me. I think that we and even to go further on that, I think we're 4-8-1 now, or 4-9-1 now. If we were in a real division, no shade to any other body, we suck. Our division is terrible. If we were in any other division, we wouldn't be playing for anything. We would just be playing to be playing. So I made this point earlier. I think we would have been starting Hurts if we were at this record and you guys were 10-6 or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think we would have made that decision even if in that situation. So he might really not be the future of this team. They really might just be seeing what they have in him. And he might be the trading piece.
Well, we know dang well you Eagles fans aren't going to allow this team to go back to Wentz after what you've seen from Jalen Hurts. That's not happening. So that's one. But my second question I was going to ask you guys, so how does it work? How do you guys get rid of Carson Wentz? Y'all just going to eat this dead cap money and be able to sign me in free agency and that's about it? Like, how do you guys maneuver and get out of Carson Wentz moving forward?
It's got to be on him. If he wants to leave, I mean – those are the reports coming out now that he doesn't want to be here if Jalen Hurts is going to be the starter. So if you make that decision and he's really saying that, at the end of the day, you're going to either lose money because he's sitting on your bench,
right?
Or I don't see a reason why. I think we all learned in the NFL you need a good backup. I think we all are seeing that this year, especially. If Carson Wentz doesn't want to be that backup, that's on him. You got to restructure and get a trade, find a trade partner. We've seen it plenty of times.
Right.
If he wants to sit out, that's on him. Yeah. Do you really think he's going to have a huge market if he just sits out next year, all of next year, doesn't get any coaching, doesn't get any type of, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the blame that we're putting on Carson Wentz's season is obviously his surrounding pieces, but a lot of it is on Press Taylor. A lot of it is on his lack of coaching. So if he goes a whole year without coaching, does that make his situation better? No. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make it any sexier. So I think it's all on him. That's my opinion.
Right. Yeah, and I see the chat lighting up. Don't worry, y'all. It's rivalry week. Y'all get y'all chicken. And I know y'all want the smoke, but I'm gonna let y'all chill. I'm gonna cook y'all after Christmas, man.
I gotta ask you, man, because I see you come up in here beating your chest. I know y'all feel good today. I know y'all got a little extra energy dripping on y'all today. I feel it. Hey, listen, are y'all going to the playoffs? As this shifted for a Cowboys fan, are y'all focused on playoffs now? It's a possibility, right? Hey, what's your focus at this point in time?
Nah, playoffs isn't the focus. I feel like, and I've been saying this on my channel, we are in the playoffs right now. I mean, you continue to win, you continue to keep your season alive. What the most important aspect of is for this season is getting these young players to get more reps, more and more reps. So when we come back healthy next year, then they're already accustomed to the NFL, regime. So our offensive tackles, like our right tackle, Terrence Steele, we've seen Trayvon Diggs come back off the injury. So getting these guys more reps and getting them acclimated to the NFL lifestyle is more important than tanking for draft picks or possibly getting to the playoffs. Now if we get to the playoffs, by all means, stranger things have happened, but that's not the focus. It's really just gaining some momentum from week to week, which we haven't shown this season. We've shown flashes of it, and then we have drawbacks, but building off of Cincinnati and then having what we just saw versus the 49ers, hopefully we can continue that versus you guys and get some momentum going into the offseason. Because like I've been saying, once we get fully healthy and we get our quarterback back, we already know what it is with the NFC East.
If y'all get your quarterback back.
Yeah. We've been doing all this fussing about Dak versus Wentz, so we might both not even have him anymore.
Yeah, facts, yeah.
Hey, shout out to my guy, Cowboys Fan Talk. I'm going to go say it first, bro, just because it sounds like you asking for it. Hurts it right now. Hey, right now, this man is better than that. So I ain't trying to hear it.
Y'all got y'all the bootleg version of Dak, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't the full AirPods, man, but it works just like some AirPods. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we can hear the music. You can
hear the music. You know what I'm
saying? Now, I hate to say this. I'm probably gonna get roasted, but some of his attributes kind of remind me of Dak. I'm not gonna lie. Like, and Dak is kind of, in a sense, a one-read quarterback too, but they have two options. You know what I'm saying? That's what people kind of tend to forget. Being a one-read quarterback sucks when you can't run. But when you can run and your second option is, all right, let me get out of here, there's nothing open, it kind of, I don't want to say it makes it better, but it kind of, puts a shadow over that. It puts a Band-Aid over that,
Right. Because we saw the draft interviews, that was Jerry Jones's plan to replace Dak Prescott with the little bootleg version.
Yeah.
And so I think if you guys didn't take Jalen Hurts, I think he was on the Cowboys' radar to be a serviceable backup for us, but you guys jumped the gun. So like I said, you guys, I think what Jalen Hurts brings that Carson Wentz does is just a leadership and flair. You can already see how the team already rallies around him. And sometimes some quarterbacks have that and some don't. And we saw that with Dak Prescott, and we're seeing the same thing with Jalen Hurts. So it's going to be interesting, man. I hope you guys go back to Carson Wentz, though, man. I need Wentz back up in that lineup, man.
Hey, Jalen, hey, look, one of the things that's it instantly jumps off the tape. Jalen, he's got a different dynamic. He can make plays. I saw him extend the chains. This man was willing his way for touchdowns today. Those are things we haven't seen from Carson in quite some time, honestly. So,
it's a different dynamic. He played at Alabama and Oklahoma, like you know what I'm saying. So he's just he has that pedigree, and so you guys got one, but it is what it is, man. I just don't see how you're going to be able to keep Carson Wentz under that contract, and if you move from him, man, it's going to be a lot of dead money on that cap, and so they're going to have to work some magic. So.
Hey, listen, we bracing for it right now. Carson may be gone. Y'all need to brace for it too. Dak may be getting up out of there also.
Yeah, Zeke. I'm seeing some rumors about Zeke.
No, we're not moving on from Zeke. So that's going to be. So we will be the topic of every media discussion. It'll be Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts and Zeke and Tony Pollard. Don't fall for that, y'all. Zeke ain't going nowhere. It's going to be Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott moving forward. But TP did play great today. So.
It's gonna be interesting moving forward.
I ain't gonna cap on y'all's win, bro. Congrats on y'all's sorry win today. We got a special appointment. We playing spoiler come next.
Hey, listen, we both going home. Yeah, we ain't going. Y'all ain't going either, man. we did a whole round table, our first matchup, man, because we were so arrogant that one of us was going to win this division. Now look at us fighting at the bottom, man. Getting flexed on a primetime game. Yeah, Washington. Yeah, man. So salute to my guys, man. Definitely support their channels, man. Like I said, we're going to bring that smoke this week regardless. But I just wanted to chime in, man, and ask you guys a few questions, man.
Always, man. You know what's all love, J-Tuck. Hey, y'all make sure y'all go check my man out. Hey, this week, it's a big coming up week. Again, yeah, we know what our season's looking like, but we still got some work to do. We got a broom to dish out. Somebody,
it's our Super Bowl.
Sweeping time.
This year, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, so, we might toss out Ben DiNucci out there again and scare y'all. Shake y'all up again.
So, hey, go check my man out, Cowboys Fan Only. You already
Yeah.
know, bro.
Well,
No
y'all have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays too, bro.
holiday,
Yes, sir.
bro. You
God
already
bless,
know.
bro.
All right.
Salute. Hey, man, it's all fun, man. That's my guy, Jay Tuck, man. You already know. Hey,
Yeah,
rocking the wrong team, but we might as well expect that. We are now welcome to the basement game.
Yeah, no, facts. We all in that Twitter chat or whatever. Ever since that big, 5-on-5 we did, they all cool, man. They all funny, man. They good people.
They some characters, man. But it's all love. At the end of the day, I know. Hey, listen, we trolled them all season. At least I know I did. I trolled them big time. I'ma still keep trolling them. But it's what it is. You already know it's coming.
You got it.
Unless they win a Super Bowl, they're gonna hear my mouth. But at the same time, hey, listen, let's bring my guy. Let's go, Birds. HD, I know he was patiently waiting. And then after him, let's see. I'm gonna give a quick order update. It looked like I got my guy, Billy Ace 21, and then Enrique, and then Edwin. So we're gonna rock it in that order. Let's go, Birds. HD. Yes.
Yo.
Big dog.
We got dropped off today. How about that? How you feeling, my guy?
Man, what pissed me off the most is the last play. Why was Travis Fulgham 1-on-6, the only one jumping up for the ball? Where was Zach Ertz? Where was Alshon watching behind him? Like, it's just why? Like,
it's tough, man. It was a tough finish, and I'm gonna tell you right now, I was on the edge of my seat this whole game. This is the most excited and the most into the game. I'm gonna tell you right now that I've been all year. Other games, you know how stagnant we've been coming, looking at halftime. I'm about ready to go to sleep half the time. So this game, I was on the edge of my seat. I liked what I saw, but
this was an exciting game.
Hey, it was a very exciting game, but it was an exciting loss. So that's things right now. Hey, let me know. Hey, look, how'd you feel about Jalen Hurts today's performance, my guy?
Man, that guy was looking like Kyler Murray. He had a rushing. They both had a rushing touchdown. They both had over 300 yards. They both had 2 touchdowns. But I mean, Michael Jacquet did the best he can because D-Hop, my favorite player of all time, is unstoppable. He picked our zone defense apart. Michael Jacquet did the best he could on man cover. I mean, you can't really blame him because half the time he wasn't on D-Hop. And Kevon Seymour on that deep play, he had a chance to pick the ball up, and D-Hop just mossed both of them. And man, I'm mixed about that play. I'm mixed about that play because, dang, he had a chance to pick it up, but at the same time, that catch, so inspirational.
That
man.
I mean,
yeah. I mean, you look at the team, man, and it's like we've been saying, there's bright spots, but the one thing that kind of stood out to me is, you even called it Doug's play calling. You know what I'm saying? It got overshadowed a lot by Jalen Hurts being able to make plays, but come on, the touches that Miles Sanders is getting, the touches that Boston Scott's just not getting. It's just ridiculous at this point. We're running more screens with our tight ends and Greg Ward than we are with our running backs. Something's got to change as far as that goes. So it'll be interesting to see if we just say goodbye to Doug and Wentz and go a whole new direction. There's so many ways this team could go.
Man. And when Travis Fulgham got in the game, he made big plays for us. But then you take him out. Like, it just makes no sense.
Hey, but even I got to give credit. Alshon was stepping up making plays today. I don't know what it is with Alshon, but him and Carson Wentz, the chemistry for whatever reason don't seem to be there. But anytime Carson Wentz is out the lineup, whether it's Nick Foles, whether it's Jalen Hurts, Alshon usually comes to play. And, hey, listen, he was making plays for Hurts today. So I don't know what's wrong with this team, why, for whatever reason, there's a disconnect when Carson enters the lineup versus when Jalen enters the lineup. But at the end of the day, listen, this team is responding to Jalen. I'm not going to put it on the offense. Again, we got torched by, Hopkins lit us up today. I believe he had 9 receptions, for 169 yards.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Torched us.
Hey, we talked about that pregame, gang. If DeAndre Hopkins put up about over 120, we were going to probably lose this game. This man put up almost 200 yards on us. So, gang, right now, it is what it is. We in this situation. I'm curious to know, where do we go from here? Again, is this the situation? Do we go back? Do we bench Jalen Hurts? Do we create an open quarterback competition next year? Do we get rid of the coach? What do we do at this point? Because this is a big decision. Hey, this is a future organization decision. So we need to know something, how to handle this whole thing. And it's a mess right now in Eagle Land.
So I do the same thing we did with the Sixers. Don't trade Ben Simmons or Embiid unless we see them with a new coach and a new GM and whatever. Same thing we do with Carson and Jalen. Don't trade any of them. Don't get rid of anyone. And I say, give Wentz a chance week 1 of next year. Plan like a trade. Find a trade partner before the season starts. If he does terribly horrible with a new coach under a new system, then I say trade him and start Hurts, But you still got to build around both of them, no matter who's under center, no matter who's making the throws, And something like, it's just that we need to fix this offensive line. There's a lot of things that needs to be fixed with this team, offensively and defensively. And we're going to turn out, we're like the Chargers right now. Young talent, and the future looks great. But we need to get rid of some vets, just like the Chargers need to right now. But the difference is they're a big market team. They have more money than us, so it's unfair.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, my thing with that, before we move on from that question, but realistically, I don't even think we can have because if you do have a competition between both of them, right? And you go into week 1 and you say, all right, if you do, it's unrealistic to really tell a team, like, if he does bad, then we'll trade him to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard to do that. I personally would love to see Carson come back and fight for his job. If he loses it next year, I am okay with having another Chase Daniels situation where we have the highest paid backup. I don't care. If Carson really wants to leave that bad, rework your contract, figure it out, and then move on. You know what I'm saying? If you really cannot be on that bench and you don't want to get paid $30 million to be on a bench, then, you work it out as your you talk to your financial guy and you figure it out how we can make this trade happen to save us money and to get you gone. It is what it is.
And if he's that desperate about leaving, then I suggest he does what you just said.
Exactly.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. Look, I'm all about the team first, right? And I think we all on here are, and one of the things is it's tough to see Carson going through this situation, but at the same time, listen, once you start getting that selfish attitude, talking about, trade me, listen, that bridge is burnt. That bridge is done. I think it's time. Carson's going to need a new change of scenery. Hey, listen, once he starts publicly coming out saying that, listen, I don't want to be a backup. If they're moving forward with Jalen Hurts, I think Carson Wentz knows that's the plan. So I think that whole bridge right now is completely done. There ain't no going back to it, especially with Doug and Carson. I think it's time to move on. But at the same time, I think there's going to be a trade of some sort. It may not happen this offseason, but come preseason, I think there's going to be a team that's quarterback hungry that we could possibly offload Carson. So I wouldn't get anxious, team. I don't think it's just going to happen at the end of the season. I think it's going to happen sometime at preseason. So, hey, we about to see it. This is a terrible situation to watch. Hey, let's go first. Is the season over, my guy?
No, the season's never over. There's some scenarios where they could, make a trade or something, or not make a trade. Some people could, the Giants could lose out. There's scenarios I can't really explain right now. I have to do a lot of research and
you
stuff like that.
You still believe it, though, my guy?
Yeah, of course I believe it. There's still a miracle that could be pulled off.
There you go.
Hey, I love it, man. I love it. Hey, again, just because our division is so trash, we still got a chance. Please believe that. But at the same time, my confidence right now for that, it ain't looking good. But it is what it is.
You
Hey,
gotta
let's go
believe.
first. HDA. Hey, last minute thoughts, my guy. We're going to try to get some other people on here also. Hey, you still there, my guy?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm trying to charge my phone.
Oh, you good. I got a quick question for you then.
Okay.
Like, I need a yes or no. Is Carson Wentz, yes or no? Should the Eagles get rid of him? Yes or no?
No, because everyone deserves a second chance. You know, I mean, you could call it childish or whatever, but he still deserves a second chance. This is the first time ever he's had a horrible season for us, right? So why not give him another chance? And if he messes up or whatever, then you start Hurts. But I still think he should get another chance.
Hey, I completely agree. You know, again, I don't think this is going to be the team that gives it to him, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I so believe in Carson Wentz as long as you build a team around him. So we going to see, my guy. You already know. Hey, listen. Hey, again, let us know real quick. Hey, how you feeling this next game, my guy, before you get up out of here? Hey, listen, we got the Cow Turds this week. How you feeling this week, man? Are we going to handle that business at least?
Oh, if Carson can beat the Cowboys, best believe this man right here named Jalen Hurts will crush these trash cow turds.
Facts.
Yes, sir.
Facts.
Let them know we ready this week. So, hey, you already know, my guy. I appreciate you checking it out. You already know you always welcome. Go check my guy. Let's go, Birds. HD out. He doing his thing also. So, hey, till next time, my guy. Happy holidays,
time,
bro.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Salute. Man, hey, listen.
We got some faithful fans right now. We got some keeping the faith. They get me excited. They get me excited for next week.
I might have to put the belt back up next week. Hey, listen, I don't even know about that. That's cap right now.
Hey, man. Hey, you never know. Something, like he said, though, something might happen over this week. You know, hopefully we're getting Slay back. Things can change. Things can change. We've seen crazier things. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Ooh, over Wentz last year. Oh.
They was done last year. I said she was done last year. Hey, listen, again, I know it's tough, you know. Hey, look, I was pulling for Jalen Hurts this game. And again, he's not, in my opinion, and I know somebody will try to find a reason to say Jalen Hurts did something to cost the game or whatnot. But again, this boy balled out today. He deserves every kind of praise to be lifted, hopefully, by the coach and the players in the locker room. Hey, the loss on this game, again, listen, we just got outmatched, in my opinion. Our defense gave up too much. And it is what it is. Came down to the last play. Epic game today. So I got to salute Jalen Hurts. Ain't nothing in this game. Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, couldn't have done, too much different. The man's still a rookie. Yeah, that safety in the very beginning of the game had me scratching my head. Hey, listen, that's a rookie mistake. But at the same time,
even there, what are you gonna do? Like, he has the same offensive line as well.
That line is trash.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like some of those times, it's like, bro, I could probably block better than that. Just throw your body in front of the guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Hey, you already know, my guy. So, all right, next up, we got Philly Ace 21. We're gonna bring my guy on. This thing, hey, we got this thing jumping today. Philly Ace 21. What's going on with you, my guy?
What's going on, bro?
Did you see the game today? And if so, we need to know what's your thoughts, how you feel today, my guy. Hey, I think you might be. Are you muted? Check your audio. Can you hear us? Can't hear him? No, I can't hear him.
I can't hear him.
I can't hear him. All right. So see if you can try to get the audio because I can't hear you. See if you might need to come back out and come back in, maybe. I'm not sure. But check the audio. I'm going to try to get you back on, my guy. All right, so, my guy, Philly Ace 21 is trying to get right. We got my guy Enrique. Hey, listen, we're gonna bring him on. I'm sure he's feeling some type of way too. The whole Eagle Nation. Hey, listen, it's tough eating a loss, but that's what we got to eat today. So let's go and eat it up. Enrique, yes, sir.
Oh, he got the cards out.
Hey, listen,
my therapy right.
There we go.
Hey, bro.
All right. So first, very exciting
setup. I love it.
All right, very, very, very exciting game. Very exciting game. So, am I disappointed we lost? Yes, but at the same time, I would rather lose in that fashion than any other game we've had this season.
Thanks.
With you that this is the first time this season where I've actually, didn't look at my watch or didn't look at the time. Is this ass beating almost over? But like I said, today, it was a good game today, even though we lost. But when it comes to the quarterback controversy, I hate to say it. I love Wentz. But they don't respect him there. They've done him dirty numerous times. At this point, I think they need to talk and see if there's any way, not necessarily to void the contract, but to restructure it to pretty much say, hey, if you're willing to take a little bit less money, we can get you out of here and, make you start another team. But Jalen, he just fits. And you can see it on the field. I mean, you see the guys fight for him. You see there was never any sense of hopelessness, at least this game. That's what stood out to me. So some of the play calling was a little shaky, but it's fine. But I think in the entire team's interest, I think they need to get Wentz out of there so he can thrive and just see what Jalen can do.
Yeah, it's gonna be it sucks. A lot of people I feel like think that the NFL is just Madden and you can just put in a higher overall. You know what I'm saying? There's so much that goes on behind the scenes with the NFL team. And like you said, to your point, man, you just see the difference when Jalen Hurts is out there. You see how the players play around him. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things. A lot of people come at me and be like, oh, I don't understand why you guys don't love Carson Wentz. You guys need to keep Carson Wentz. And it's not about that. It's about if he's not going to fit, if we're not going to do what needs to be done to make him work in our, in our organization, then we got to move on. Like you said, and maybe we figure something out that works out something for both of us, because obviously his number is not going to be a sexy thing to a new team, but anywhere he goes, even if it's the Colts, which I know everybody loves to say, he's going to have to fight to be the starting quarterback. They have nowhere he goes are they just going to hand him the keys. And I think a lot of people need to realize that, and him being one of them. It's not going to be, I don't want to say it's not going to be any better, because obviously it'll probably be a little bit better when your coach believes in you enough to trade for you. But, you got $100 million, man. How much more do we have to do to say we believe in you? And then when we reprimand you for having a bad season, you can't curl up in a ball and start saying, I want to leave, I want to go. So that's what worries me more about Carson Wentz, not even just the play. Yeah. If your mental's not there, it might be time for you to go see what Indianapolis is about. Maybe they're nicer out there. I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, mentality is probably the biggest when it comes to being a quarterback, aside obviously from physical skills. But I think Wentz has lost that with this organization. Mm-hmm. They can throw as much money as they want. They can say what they want. But I feel like in the back of his mind that he's always going to be fighting something. And onto Jalen, I love what you said earlier when you said that you are cautiously optimistic. I completely agree with that, because the first thing that I thought, aside from, wow, he kind of looks like Russell Wilson, he has very strong leadership. I don't know if you saw the post-press conference where he was like, yes, sir. I don't care if it's my first year, second year, we didn't get it done. That reminded me a lot of Baker Mayfield, his first year. So I hope it's not like that, where after this season, the next 2-3 seasons, he just kind of
regresses.
Yeah, regresses. But That's why I'm with you. I'm cautiously optimistic, but it's kind of.
So let me ask you a quick question, because the Eagles have now created a dynamic, right, to where we spent a second. We drafted Carson Wentz number 2 overall. We traded up in the draft for Carson Wentz. I gotta ask. It looks like, it smells like we've turned Carson Wentz into a bust out here in Eagle Land. Do y'all agree with that? I mean, I don't see Carson Wentz as an NFL bust, but in Eagle Land, we have made this man look like a bust, because I don't see us getting a first round number 2 pick back for Carson Wentz at this point. I may be wrong. Maybe we can flip it. I don't know. But y'all let me know. Have the Eagles made Carson Wentz look like a bust? Y'all let us know in the comments also.
They certainly didn't do him any favors, that's for sure. But when it comes to the Eagles, yeah, I don't think he fits. Like, you can see it. Like, the biggest example of that is Alshon and Carson. There's no chemistry,
None.
But put in Jalen, Alshon's out there trying to make plays, trying to get open, do everything he can. So I don't think he's a bust NFL wise. I think he can, land on his feet again. It's just a matter of the Eagles, the organization, being able to sell him and convince buyers that, hey, he still has this talent, he's still worth it. Maybe packaging him with like Zach Ertz might.
The package deal.
Hey, I've been on record saying, and I've gotten like slaughtered for this, but I've said a lot of times that Carson Wentz reminds me a lot of Ryan Tannehill. Like, they're both like mildly mobile quarterbacks. They're accurate. And if they have time in the pocket, they can chop people up. It is what it is. We see what Ryan Tannehill has become. Some of his numbers are comparable to Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? They were, obviously he's not Mahomes, but either way, you see what he can do with a clean pocket and competent coaching and receivers. I believe Carson can be that. We aren't going to give him the tools needed for him to be that. We aren't that type of team. And if we're going to, stick with Howie, if we're going to stick with Doug, we're not going to become that team. So it becomes a point that you're just basically trying to put that square peg in the round hole, and it's just not going to work. So like we've said, we all love Carson. We all know what he's done for this organization. So is he a bust? I wouldn't even say for the Eagles he's a bust. I think that we became a different team and we lost our window a lot quicker than we maybe expected. I mean, when we won our Super Bowl, we were a lot older than I think people realized. So, we try to keep some people that we maybe shouldn't have kept. And now we're kind of in a weird position where we're probably rebuilding. And it might not be a rebuild where you miss the playoffs for 2 years. It might be a 8-8, 9-7. But do you want to do that with a $30 million quarterback, or do you want to do that with a rookie contract quarterback and be able to build around him a la Russell Wilson, like you said? So I don't think he's a bust. I think that is just the wrong city. 5 years ago, you probably would have called Ryan Tannehill a bust. I think in 5 years, we'll be looking at Carson Wentz probably in the same light, maybe not as much success as he's had, just because Derrick Henry's a different animal, but
that was a different breed.
Exactly, but I think it's a very comparable situation. That's how I look at it. I put him in the right situation with the right weapons. I think he has another 5-10 years in him.
Hey, completely agreed. I can't even knock any of that, because again, you got to build around Carson Wentz. You got to build a team. You got to surround him with the tools and the resources he needs to be successful. We haven't done that. Not once in Philly. I can't tell you, a number 1 receiver that we've truly drafted to say, here, we're helping you out, Carson Wentz. I can't think of it. I know more often than not, we've decided to go the other way on those picks, but I can't tell you a time that they said, here, Carson, this is for you. We're going to go ahead and completely build around you. Haven't seen it. So it's a terrible situation to watch. Again, I fully believe in Carson Wentz, and I believe that, yes, if you put the right talent and skill set around Carson, this man can succeed. But for whatever reason, again, as everybody's clearly seeing, this scheme is better fit, in my opinion, for Jalen Hurts. Miles Sanders, you got to account for him. Again, hey, with Jalen Hurts at the helm, this team is a dual threat team. You have to account for the quarterback running. You have to account for the running back running. Listen, they can't just, bring out the linebackers in because Jalen Hurts, from what we saw today, can throw the ball also. So I see, the sky is the limit with this kid. Jalen Hurts can be a real, situation to potentially be the future quarterback at the Philadelphia Eagles. And I wish I could make this up, team. I wish I wasn't up here talking about how sorry Carson Wentz was this season. But no, that is the situation. Jalen Hurts has this opportunity. So
I got a question for you guys.
Absolutely.
How do you guys feel about Jalen Reagor at this point?
I'll let you kick it off, my guy.
I love how you passed that one off.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you kick off the Reagor.
Hey, look, I mean, Reagor, just like our quarterback, just like our running back, just like any of the other wide receivers, he's had to deal with an ever-changing, lineup. He's been in and out of the lineup himself. It's very hard to judge him because he's even looked different with Jalen Hurts in there. So I've been on record saying that I like what Aaron Moorhead has done with these, wide receivers. I think that they have really good footwork. I think that they have shown the ability to get separation. Jalen Reagor, I think, can be very good. Unfortunately, his whole career is going to be tied to Justin Jefferson. So, we'll see down the line if he's going to, eclipse Jefferson or if they have a similar stat line, 2 or 3 years from now. Right now, I like what he brings to the Eagles. I think at worst, he can be a Deshaun Jackson in the right type of offense. You know what I'm saying? And at best, he can really be a good wide receiver. We've seen him make some really good plays, and we've seen him track balls, which, players like Mac Hollins who had speed, we can go down the line. Robert Davis, we've tried this before. You know what I'm saying? So he can track balls. He sees the ball well. He catches the ball decent. He got things to work on, but I'm not mad at the pick. I like the guy. You know what it is? It is what it is. Hindsight is 2020. So
yeah.
I'll give you my quick take real quick on Jalen Reagor. I think honestly, from the way Jalen Reagor looks, I still don't believe he's that number one. Give me the ball possession receiver that this team really needs.
Yeah,
Again, no slouch on Jalen Reagor because Jalen Reagor, the boy's got some talent and some skill. At the same time, I don't think we're using him to his best ability. It is what it is. Some of that's on play calling. But at the same time, I want a stud number one wide receiver in this locker room. After the day, Jamar Chase. Yes, sir. Hey, listen, we're going to go ahead and talk about it because we need a possession receiver in this building. Again, Alshon Jeffrey, he's turning up for Jalen Hurts. But at the same time, listen, he's about to be out the league soon enough. It is what it is. So we need to start a new movement with a young cast. And I don't know. I'm not going to say Fulgham ain't it. But, I still want me an invested, dominant number one wide receiver. If Jamar Chase is a bust, it is what it is. We swing for the fences. But I want this team to make a full effort to go get a number one possession receiver. So,
I mean, the one thing we have to hope is that Travis Fulgham can be as good, if not better, than 2017 Alshon Jeffrey. And we got to hope that, Reagor can be way better than what Torrey Smith was in 2017, because that formula, along with our running game, won us a Super Bowl. So I think that's what they're trying to recreate, and you kind of see it, you kind of don't. It is what it is.
To me, favorite is Greg Ward. He, to me, is Jason Avant.
Yep.
For hands, but like I said, nothing flashy, not the quickest, but he's there when you need him. So him for sure, I would love to bring back. Reagor, I like him, but I want to see more. Fulgham, I want him to get more snaps. Alshon, Deshaun, love you guys. But you guys got to go. Like I said, just
Yeah, we need to clean. We need to recycle. We need to get some new movement in here.
Get young and grow.
Facts. And Howie needs to pull out that magic. If we can get draft picks for all of these players, I don't care if it's a 7th round pick. If you can get a 7th round pick for Alshon and Djax together, Howie, we cool for another year.
Unload the contracts.
Good facts, man. If he can figure this contract situation out next year, man, and he just sits back and lets Dorsey do his thing with talent, hey, man, we might be looking at a big, quick turnaround, to be honest.
Hey, I'm not even going to hold that. And I'm going to tell you right now, again, it's going to be interesting to see how this offseason shapes out, but at the end of the day, listen, we got a tough game next week. Enrique, how are you feeling real quick? I know I got a couple callers back here I'm going to try to get to. How you feeling this coming week? We got Dallas coming up. I mean, is this a game? Do we need to come into this game with, we need to go ahead and win? Are we now in tank mode? We need to go ahead and look at these draft picks. What are we looking like this coming week?
Come on, man. You can't play Dallas and not whoop some ass. I mean, like you have to. Like that's not an opportunity you can pass by. But regardless of that, I think it's going to be a close game. I think Dallas has a little pep in their step, especially after today's win. And I think for the Eagles, we have a tendency to play to certain people's levels, and I think that's exactly what's going to happen. I think we're going to win, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people might think.
Hey, I think I'm not even going to argue to that. I hope it's a blowout. I hope we make a statement, blow the doors off of Dallas. But hey, I'm not going to be shocked. It might be one of those close games because, as you said, Dallas is playing with some kind of life, like they're really trying to do something. But it is what it is. I still see us coming out with a W. But at the same time, hey, I could see it being a very close game. So I understand that. How you feeling on that one, Philly?
Hey, man, one thing I'll say, I'll make it short and sweet. We've seen Jalen Hurts, and our running game go for over 200 yards in one game. This game we see, for some reason, Hurts throws the ball damn near 50 times, but he goes over 300 yards this game. Doug, why don't we merge that together? Why don't we see if that game plan can come together a little bit? Let's run the ball and, throw the ball. That would be beautiful. But, hey, I think we could beat him. I think we will beat him. I think this is going to be one of those who wants to lose the game less, and it's not going to be a pretty game, in my opinion. But
Jets messed.
Say that again?
The Jets messed that up today.
I know. Seriously,
they can't crush with a win.
Jets losing or winning at losing, I guess, or losing at losing. They're just not doing it good. Not doing it good.
They don't even know how to tank right. That's terrible. The team don't know how to tank right. Hey, well, I appreciate you stopping through, Enrique. Listen, you already know it's going to be a tough week, my guy. We're going to have to hear it. But it's still, as always, fly, Eagles, fly. We saw some encouraging things. We're going to ride off of that. But at the same time, we got to hold the L on the forehead, my guy. So.
Got it tattooed on me at this point.
We should be used to this by now. But it is what it is, my guy. Hey, you know what it is. Till next time, my guy.
Guys, happy holidays.
Salute. Happy holidays.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas, man.
Yes, sir. Man, hey, listen, we going through it as a nation today. But y'all know, hey, look, one thing at the end of the day, we saw some encouragement. So don't get lost in that. We saw some possible potential on this team. Again, it came a little late in the season, but at the same time, we got some things to look forward to. But real quick, look, I think I got, let me see who's back here. I'm going to bring my guy Edwin on, and then I'm going to try Philly Ace 21 again, and then it looks like we got Infamous 2K. So we're going to go in that order. My guy Edwin, you about to rock on. Yes, sir.
Hey, what up?
It was good.
Oh, my guy. Talk to us, bro. How you feeling after this game today, man?
I mean, I don't feel not too good because we lost. But, man, Howie made it very difficult, huh?
Man.
Yeah, nah, I think just clean house and rebuild. Let Doug get all his coaching staff, the coaches that he wants. And I guess we're going to go with the coach instead of with the quarterback. But, man, I'm just saying, Jalen Hurts is going to have a bad season. Jalen Hurts is going to struggle here and there. And I hope we don't treat him like we did with Carson. That's the only thing that I want. Because, hey, you know what? It's going to be easy to get Carson of Indy. They're paying $46 million to Phillip Rivers and Dorsett. So he's coming in on a discount. So the stars are lining up for him. And what I don't want is, and it's going to happen, is they're going to compare him to Jalen Hurts. And if he ends up being 2017,
yeah,
we are F, bro.
That's
And
the thing. We got to realize we got to find out, I should say, who's running this organization because, big decisions got to be made. And I don't think as an Eagles fan,
Sir.
we
but
realistically know
the
who's making
decision's already made though. It's already made. I mean, how you gonna go back? I mean,
Oh, I'm saying even beyond Wentz and Jalen Hurts.
right, but I mean, first of all, we don't have no one being alpha. Like, there's no alpha. Everything is like passive aggressive. Everything is like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't trust Doug at all. Let me just tell you. Just the way he went through the situation, I'd rather he would have been on week 3 and would have been like, hey, you know what? I'm a bench Carson because he don't want to listen to me. I would have respected him so much from that. Like, I would have been so respect. But now, it comes out, he didn't want to listen anymore, or this and that, like all these like quotes. Or if he would have threw Howie under the bus, that's having some balls, I think. Being like, you know what, Howie's not putting me like the players that I want in my roster, so that's why we're struggling. Like, be straight up. Don't throw dudes like that under the bus. And that's what I respected Carson the whole time. He never threw nobody under the bus. He never like mope. He's not even moping right now. Like, he's so encouraging right now. You know what I mean? Like, he could have been like Brett Favre was with Aaron
Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he could have been that. He's not even being like that. Like, he's being like supportive. You know what I mean? So to me, is Doug should be gone. But I think the decision's already made. I'm cool. Just I just don't want that comparison though, because it's not fair for the young kid. I'm just saying it's gonna mess him up mentally. It's gonna mess him up, and us fans, we can't be holding them up to that standard either. You know what I mean? We can't be like, hey, you know what? We can't be doing that. We did this to Carson, and that's effed up. Then we do this to the game. We're never gonna have a franchise quarterback. I tell you that. And we're gonna put him in that standard every single time, and the media too.
For that, for running off quarterbacks, running off coaches. We want everybody fired. You sneeze wrong in Philly.
Yeah, that's the problem, bro.
Get him out of here. You sneeze wrong. Listen, I don't think, and I think you're right. We don't give a lot of fair opportunity in that regard. But at the same time, I hope you're right. I hope we don't give Jalen Hurts the same treatment that we're giving to Carson right now.
Yeah, because the dude's good. I mean, but he's gonna have hard times like every other quarterback. He's gonna have it. Like, I don't want that comparison. And bro, Carson Wentz is a beast, bro. Like, those, I think honestly our season would have been so much different if he would have ran the ball like he's running the ball right now, and if he would have kept Fulgham in there for the whole game. Like, I think he would have just said, that's another one too. That's where I have a problem with. Like, Mike doesn't save his job by saying, you know what, look, I think the best receiver is Fulgham, and this is who I'm gonna stay with. I'm done with, you know what I mean? I think that kind of alpha speaking, I think that's an alpha. And I think you only get that from like starting quarterbacks. I think that little, like, he was a backup quarterback. He has that little ego. And, didn't his book was called Fearless? Where he's fearless right now.
Yeah,
like, I'm looking for it, bro. Like, I'm straight up looking for it. And I still have a problem with it. Like, I still, and so I'm fine with Jalen Hurts. He's bad. Like I said, don't go next year. No, go in 2 years and draft a second round quarterback again. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I'm at with it. And then his type of game, I don't know. I cross my fingers every single time, bro, because he don't slide. He don't. You know what I mean? He's taking a lot of hits, and that's hard on the quarterback. I know he squats 600 whatever, but that's hard, and that's another thing too. I hope he starts learning how to slide and start, looking for his health, because that kind of beating that he getting. I know you guys crossed your fingers on that one hit when he got hit on the bottom on the top. Yeah, I don't think you could take those kind of hits, bro. So
that's scary. That's scary with these running quarterbacks.
Yeah,
bro.
That's what I'm saying. So
the longevity, they get hurt quick, bro. It's gonna take one hit. He's gonna get rocked the wrong way, and then we're gonna be looking like, well, where's that backup quarterback? At so
right. I just think it wasn't fair for both guys. I think because if we trade, we're in catch 22 right now. So we trade Jalen, because now we're gonna pressure him, being like, hey, so why did you trade Jalen if we have, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be always that comparison. I just don't want that pressure on him. So
yeah, I mean, we need to figure something out, because like you guys said, there's no real accountability. Nobody's really saying, this is what needs to be done. This is what we see. They just, I feel like everybody's just kind of going through the motions. I mean,
Right.
I feel like every Eagles fan has grown a new hatred for press conferences in general. After what we've seen all year from our guys, and it just and like you said, you don't want to see anybody throwing anybody under the bus, but when there's a lot of stuff being said, and you know how Philly is, once we get something, and if you don't squash it right away, we're gonna run with it.
Yeah.
You not
No,
saying anything is probably more of an indictment than you saying that it is true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're gonna run with silence more than anything sometimes, because especially when we don't know what's going on. But
yeah,
I mean,
no,
it is
I'm
what it
with you
is.
for sure. No, I think we gotta clean that up and clean that. Like we need an alpha, like as a head coach. But now we're going with Doug. I think we're gonna stay with Doug, and it's gonna be very disappointing. I think we needed an alpha that really, stand up for like these. It started right there when Brett Favre and when he compared with Rodgers, and he was like, he's wrong or right, whatever. And I was like, dude, be straight up. That's your quarterback, bro. That determines your career, though. You know what I mean?
Facts.
But he looks like he loves Jalen.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you right now.
He
I see
loves
more
Jalen.
like this, fellas. And honestly, again, I don't see Howie getting fired. I see Howie possibly getting shelved somewhere else. Him and Jeffrey Lurie are too tight for Howie to get fired this year. I believe that with the emergence now of Jalen Hurts, that also makes Howie's case look a little better. I think they're gonna keep Doug Peterson, as the coach. They're gonna keep Jalen Hurts potentially for the quarterback for Doug Peterson. I believe that casualty next year may unfortunately be Carson Wentz. Hey, listen, some of these consultants, I don't know what's going on with these consultants, these quarterback coaches. Listen, we need a new change of some scenery up in here.
Facts.
So, an offensive coordinator needs to come to Philly. We got all kind of things that need to happen. But at the
But it
same
has to
time,
be Doug's guy, though. That's what I'm just trying to say. Like, it has to be Doug's guy. Like, someone
Yes.
he knows. I don't know, out of high school. I don't know. But this has to be somebody that he knows and that he's able to. He can't be him picking. And if the defensive coordinator, too, like, everything. Let him feel like he's in charge. Because I think that's why he was so stubborn with the play calling. He was so stubborn because he was like, this my little, like Philly Fresh said, I'm with that one. And I just felt he never liked Carson. He never. I think Carson was too smart for him. I think I don't think his brain could get that far. He's like a genius. He got like that IQ test. He was like the top dog on that IQ test. And if he asks why about a play, then explain it to him. It's that easy. That's what I was thinking. I was like, why don't you just explain it to him like a good teacher does? Like, dude. And I think Frank Reich I think he has that kind of knowledge. Because you got to remember, Phillip Rivers was done. Phillip Rivers was done, bro.
I mean,
he
Rivers
led the league in
still
interceptions. He led the league and he was done. And he looking like in 12-4, bro.
Yeah, he's got that team playing.
And they're averaging 30 points a game every single game. And I see that often. And I see 2017 all over again. Like I see it. And
we look at that team, and it's terrible because we see what talent Frank Reich was, or how much of an asset he was to this organization. So
yeah, I know. I think Doug is a good coach. I think the Super Bowl got in his head. I think he got very complacent, just like Howie and just like all of them. Yeah, and they were like, you know what they said? I think what they were like, I think they got lazy. They were like, you know what? I signed these guys and give them this much money and we'll be fine for the rest. No, bro, it doesn't work this way. Every year gets different. Every year gets harder because people start attacking you. I don't know if you guys know much about baseball, but I was a San Francisco Giant, and that's what happened too. And then the next season they'll get like on it again, and they'll win it again, and then they get on it again, and they'll win again. And then they got super lazy, and we just went down like crazy. I feel like that's what happened with the Eagles, bro. I think they just got lazy. I think would have been a dynasty. Would have drafted well in 2017, 2018, 2019. I think it was one of the worst drafts. We even, what people don't know. That we drafted quarterback in 2018 too, in the fourth round. That guy, bro. What the?
Clayton Thorson,
dude. There's so many.
He was. I think. Well, he didn't even make the
He didn't even make the team.
Nah, he didn't even, I think he didn't even make the preseason. I don't
Yeah,
think he
that's
made the
what,
preseason.
that's what I
game.
was like, dude. How we like after that? I'm like, you're done. Like you're done, bro. Like you're done.
It's
Yeah, he
terrible.
had that one game in the preseason, and then
You
That
know
was
what?
it for him.
You know what? His day 3 was great. I think this year. I'm not gonna debate on that. But you can let them play though, bro.
Got to,
Let
man.
them play. Like I think if Bradley Taylor played, I think everybody would have been looking to the future right now, very optimistic. I think
Yeah.
everybody would have been like, damn, like okay, like I feel from round 3, 1, 2, and 3 should be starting. Like no matter what. Like I seen in other teams in round 1, 2, and 3, they're always starting. They're getting the opportunity, and then 4, 5, and 6, they're fighting for it. And I think I would have been more optimistic for sure if we were starting the young players. Man, Quaz is a beast. I've been telling you guys since week 1. And you know what's funny? I knew that by just like watching a video of 6 minutes and then just reading the little reports. Because every report said, oh, he scored 2 touchdowns on this game. And then he got Rasul Douglas cut. Because after that play, he got cut.
Yeah,
Bro, he made him look dumb. And then that speed is just unreal. That's what I said. If we wanted to beat the Cardinals,
talent, man, and that's one of the things. Again, like this whole team is just developing overall. And I'm gonna tell you right now, like it's interesting to see this. You know how this team's gonna gel together because again, we're watching a lot of young youth. They still got to build this chemistry. It ain't gonna be this year. This year's a wrap. Let's go and sew that up this year. But hey, listen, I'm interested to see how far this team goes. Hey, real quick, if I can get your last minute thoughts, Em, because I got a couple more people.
Go for it, bro.
Watch you today, my guy. It's all good. Listen, what's your last minute thoughts? Hey, listen, how you feeling on the season? Do we still got a chance, my guy?
Oh no, we don't. And you know what? Honestly, bro.
No hesitation. No.
Hey, honestly, bro. I've been doing mock drafts since like last week. And I'd rather tank, bro. You lose a lot of talent, bro. On mock drafting alone, because I was able to draft Kendrick because we're number 9 now, and I drafted Kendrick and Jamar Chase. Now I can't even get Chase.
Yeah, I mean it drops off.
Let's be honest, you can't even get Chase. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a deep receiving thing, but if you want Jamar Chase, if we get the 9th or 10th pick, we're not gonna get him.
We ain't even getting him there.
Yeah, but Water is a beast, but he gets hurt a lot too. That's why I wanted Justin Jefferson because he never got hurt, and homeboy Rager get hurt. That's the other one too that I was kind of like struggling with. So I love his route running, and all that, but the speed is there, the skill is there, but I just think he gets hurt a lot, and we don't have no good medical staff. So
facts. We drafted a punt returner and don't put him on punt returns. That's
right?
basically what we did.
You know what? And you know who's great at kickoffs? Hightower. He has highlights of kickoff return, and we have Scott. Scott doesn't have that kind of speed. He has that little like short speed from like 5 to 10 yards.
Yeah,
but he don't have that speed from like going 0 to 100 like Hightower does. Hightower hits that like the 20. He's just man, that would have been incredible just seeing that speed alone. And then as soon as they put Ashawn, I was like super disappointed. Man, you know what? And then he's getting open because he's pushing off. Remember that?
Hey, yeah. We
he straight out dropped the corner and then he called nothing. And then they're calling Peters on some nasty. I was like, okay, I guess we're becoming a winning team.
Yeah, I'll take it.
We're gonna
have a good night. Merry Christmas. I love your shows. You guys are awesome, man. And keep up the good work. I know it's hard work, guys.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
We're going to keep giving it to him for the Eagle culture, brother.
Appreciate that, guys, man.
Hey, happy holidays, bro.
Oh, Christmas, man.
Hey, man, again, man, everybody got to get it off their chest today. We know what it is.
Hey, got a vent, bro.
Hey, it's going to be a tough week. So, y'all know the vibes right now. We just watched our season get, pulled out the plug. It's over.
It's everybody therapy. It's everybody therapy.
You already know. Hey, listen, I'm going to go ahead and pin this link because, listen, we already rocking on an hour and 30 almost strong, my guy. We're going to take a couple more callers. I got Philly Ace 21 and an Infamous 2K. And listen, we're going to go ahead and rock it off of that because y'all know the vibes today. I'm licking my wounds today. At the end of the day, I saw some encouragement today, but we took an L. Ain't no kind of L in this league makes me feel good, period. So I'm in my feelings today. I'm big mad. Yes, sir. But at the same time, listen, this team, it's got some big decisions to make in the future. That's how I feel. So hold on, let me unpin this link. I'm going to bring my guy, Philly Ace 21. Hey, we're going to see if your mic is right, my guy. Let me know. Let me see if we can get this thing right. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear
Yes,
you.
sir. My guy's in there.
Yo, what it up, though?
What's
Hey,
good?
man, you already know the vibes today, bro. Hey, look, what you see today, how you feel after the game today, my guy?
Man, look, man. Man, the game was good, man. Jalen Hurts, man, he did his thing, man. I really mean that, like, heads up, man. In the second half, he did his thing. It was just like, man, yeah, he did some good throws. He did. I like to see Jalen Hurts kept doing what he did last week, run out the pocket. Like, with the defense right there, he could have run against that defense. Like, could have explored it.
I'm gonna say we saw that game too, bro. We saw him get sacked a couple times this game. So
Yeah, I just like we came close though. We did, but I can't get mad at Jalen Hurts. I cannot get mad at him.
Nah, he
He
looked
put his
good.
efforts out there. He did what he had to do. I was like, Dallas Goddard dropped the touchdown, man. I'm like, that wasn't supposed to happen because I got a feeling we was gonna win overtime. If we would have took it overtime, we would have took it.
Facts. I feel like Doug and maybe a little bit of Jalen Hurts too kind of wanted to prove a lot of the, beat writers and a lot of us fans wrong, saying that he's just basically a running back there. I'm sure there was a little bit, of that chirping in the back of both of their ears, and they were like, let's go out there and swing the rock. Would we have won if we ran it more? Possibly, if we slowed the game down, you know what I'm saying? Or basically holding on to the ball a lot longer. But I'm happy that I got to see that Jalen Hurts can throw the ball a little bit. Like I said earlier with one of the other callers, let's see if Doug can maybe put both of those game plans together now and have a nice little, combination of run and pass during next week's game and, moving forward.
hey, I'm not even gonna knock on any of that because again, like one of the things it baffles me to see the different, from one week to the next week, the different styles of play calling. Again, I attribute this just because of the style of quarterback, of course, that Jalen Hurts is. You got to call a different game plan for him. He's going to force this team to run the ball. Carson Wentz doesn't. He's going to sit in the pocket and he's going to take sacks. Right now, again, I'm just like, there's just so much to take in with this team, this organization. They have such a huge decision to make. But hey, at the end of the day, look, this team right now, they're still finding their own identity. And one of the things right now, listen, whether it's going to be with Doug Peterson, whether it's going to be a new coach, whoever it's going to be, listen, I think there needs to be a quarterback competition. But at the same time, I think the writing is on the wall at this point. Jalen Hurts is looking like that guy. So, hey, we're going to see how this thing moves forward, gang. But right now, hey, let me ask you, Philly Ace, how do you feel? Hey, is Jalen Hurts, is he that guy? Should we be getting rid of Carson Wentz next year?
To be honest, I know we ain't gonna get rid of Carson Wentz that easy. I know that's not gonna happen unless Carson Wentz talked to Jeffrey Lurie, restructure his contract to go somewhere else. I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. I can see he could go to two teams. To be honest with you, if Carson Wentz can't get the wide receiver he wants in the draft, if it doesn't work out, I can see two teams he could go on: the Colts or the Saints.
The Saints, that would be interesting.
You have to sit back and realize because the Colts, I like the Colts. Let me tell you why. It got an offensive line that can protect the quarterback, and you got two running backs there, and you got two good wide receivers like T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pitt, and Trey Burton. Because you already know can do that pretty special. With Trey Burton there, That's gonna be dangerous. You hear me? The Colts be dangerous. Like Frank right there, I'm telling you. Carson Wentz gonna do some thing, man. He gonna break records, man. He gonna get the MVP, man. You know, cause I'm just hearing like
the AFC though. And if he goes to the Colts, get him out the NFC. Period. I ain't trying to see Carson unless it's Super Bowl time or something like that. And if that's the case, Carson's earned his shot to get himself to the Super Bowl. But if they are gonna trade him, they better trade that man to the AFC. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like the Colts, all the Broncos. I forgot about the Broncos. So
their defense is nice.
Team, though. I think Carson's gonna be like, I ain't going to Denver. That ain't happening.
It'll be interesting to see how much like actual leverage Carson Wentz has.
You got two good wide receivers over Broncos, man. Judy and Kmart Hammer, man. You know what he could do with them two wide receivers? 1,000 yards together. That's a duo right there.
Facts.
Hey,
I mean, real fast.
Listen, we got to see how the rest of this season unfolds. Again, hey, we got to hold the L up for today. We appreciate you swinging through this thing, bro. We're going to try to get through our last caller for the night because, again, man, listen, we know the vibes for the night. We took the L. We going to hold the L. But at the same time, listen, Jalen Hurts might be that guy, and we're going to talk about it this week. Y'all already know. But, hey, last final thoughts, my guy. What you got for this Eagle Nation, man?
Look, man, I got a feeling the Eagles going to beat the Cowboys next week. So I can't really stand the Cowboys, but you know how this goes, man. I'm looking for a blowout. That's my honest opinion. Blowing them out. I would say my prediction, I would say 42-7, straight up.
I'll take that.
Doors off.
42-7, blowout. Jalen Hurts get at least like 400 yards. 400 yards, 4 TDs.
Hey, real quick. Hey, answer this quick question, man. And then, we're going to bring in our last caller. But my guy, Ryan Rowe, wants to ask Philly 21, which team is the best team fit for Jay Kelly, in your opinion? Any team but the Eagles, brother.
Look, I really don't know at this point, like, who would want Jake Elliott? And somebody take him off our hand, great.
Seriously, does free agency have a team? Because we should put him on that team. Should definitely put him on that squad.
I just said, to me, I don't watch college football like that. You understand what I'm saying? I just look through talent, throughout the draft. It could tell me something. I don't watch college football like that. I just go by wide receivers, running backs. It could tell me a little something.
Yeah, facts.
Hey, we already know.
Or unless I watch the final season, like the playoff or something, and then I can take a look at it. And then I go from there.
Facts. Got him.
Bro, listen, we got to survive this week. Again,
I just said, you do a great video for the podcast. I've been seeing your videos straight up, man. I'm just testing out this new mic right here. You see what I'm saying?
You got the mic, bro.
Yeah, he flexing. He flexing on it now.
I just said I just got a new webcam. I was testing everything out as I can today. Trying to get everything going in the StreamYard.
Hey.
I got a little tweaks here and there.
Y'all go check my man's channel out. He doing his thing. Philly 21. Hey, I see him. He getting the mic right. Yes, sir. Doing his thing. But hey, my guy. Hey, listen. Hey, we still in the Eagles fly, bro. We gonna keep it going. You already know we rocking. Hey, bro. Till next time, man. We gonna hold it on, bro. Happy holidays to you.
All right.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Salute.
Happy holidays to you too.
Yes, sir. Bro. Hey, my guy Philly 21 coming through with it. Hey, listen, we gonna close this off. I know we got my young guy Infamous 2K on this thing. About to kick that knowledge. I already know he coming in hot.
That's my guy right there.
Hey, you already know he coming in with it, and I'm interested to hear his thoughts. So, my guy Infamous 2K21 in this thing. Salute, bro. How you feeling today, bro?
Today was a good Sunday. I won't lie. But before we get into Jalen Hurts, because that's the hot topic,
man,
I want to talk about the defense real quick. 3 turnovers. Now, see, a lot of with what we had on this defense and what they did, shocked me. I don't care that they let up 33 points. Here's the biggest thing. All 3 turnovers were Jalen Hurts touchdowns. So my biggest thing is Hurts had the ball a lot because of this defense. And I just want to salute to the defense for that because I was
Facts.
expecting a lot, a lot. I think everyone was expecting a lot worse. Here's about the passing thing. One, we passed the ball way too much. Two, the Hurts in the second half is becoming a ongoing thing the last like 2 games because in going into the second half he had a 63 completion percentage and he ended the game with a 55 completion percentage. So that's one thing. Two, I need to see Hurts run a traditional offense. We ran a lot of widespread, which is more of a college type stuff, and it works, right? But it only works for a certain amount of time. You have to eventually switch to iPhone type stuff, take your 6 drop step, and throw the ball. And that's another thing. Another thing is one big thing I saw is when Hurts was struggling in the first like couple of drives, play calling switched in my opinion, the play calling was a lot better after that. After he started struggling, that play calling looked like Wentz play calling, and then the play calling after that looked like last week's play calling a little bit better, right? So that's another thing. Another thing is I think I think it's time to say Hurts does have a kind of fumbling issue. He fumbled last game on that sneak. He fumbled twice this game, but it was recovered. But I feel like he has to protect that ball a little bit more. And another thing is this O line didn't do as bad as people think they did. He had 6 sacks, but 4 of them were over 3 seconds. Now, here's my biggest thing. I'm not going to blame Hurts because Hurts, you saw when he fumbled the ball, picked it back up, and threw it to Goddard. Hurts is capable of making plays. So if he's holding the ball a little longer to try to make a making play, I'm going to let him have to hold the ball. And if it doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. It is what it is. That's why I feel like a lot of people misunderstand about Wentz. If he's holding the ball to make a play, and if he doesn't make that play, you can't necessarily be completely mad at him because he's capable of making a play. It's the same thing for Wirtz. Another thing is before this O line gets like absolutely crucified later on this week, the offensive line, the 2 sacks they gave up was under 2 seconds, so that was like really bad. But and the safety was under 2 seconds as well. But other than that, they didn't. They averaged, I think it was 3.2 seconds all game. Matt Pryor didn't do such a bad job. Now part of that is because Hurts can move out the pocket, so it kind of buys the offensive line, makes them look a little bit better. So that's another big thing. But my whole thing is Hurts looks good, and it's not. I don't think it's gonna be. It's only 2 games, but I don't think you throw or you have a combined 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and that's only a 2 game thing. I think
Hmm.
I think Hurt. Go ahead.
No, no, I'm
Okay,
agreeing.
ask
My
you a
bad.
Oh,
question,
Keep going.
because
I
I hear
think
you kicking. I hear you kicking a lot of knowledge right now. You
so.
kicking a
Yeah,
lot of knowledge right now.
I don't
Now
think
that
that.
you've been plain and simple, because listen, like I understand, yeah, Jalen Hurts, the time difference between, and standing in the pocket. Listen, I saw Jalen Hurts out there. It looked like I was playing Madden and the X Factor badge was lit on at times, bro. So listen, Jalen Hurts, I need to know from you moving forward with this team. Like, how would you handle this such situation? It's a delicate situation, my guy. I mean, no matter which way you look at it, they both got tremendous skill sets. This O line ain't doing no justice. Yeah, they may have played better today. They still trash, my guy.
Yeah,
So I need to know, like, what's the best move for this team moving forward?
I think.
We can look at stats from Carson Wentz. We can look at these stats,
Mhm.
from Jalen Hurts.
Mhm.
Who's giving this team the best chance to win and succeed moving forward? What call would you make as being a GM right now?
I mean, honestly, it depends on whether it's if it's this year you're trying to win the division. Then yeah, Bobby Murphy, you're never in the call-ins. I don't want to hear nothing, bro. I one day,
Hey, Bobby Murphy, the biggest Jalen Hurts. Hey, besides Simone, I know. Hey, Simone, she had a crystal ball back in the day. I got to salute Simone
Facts.
too. Hey, she called it out. Can't even cap on none of that. But Bobby Murphy, I swear, this man like the biggest, the
he like man. I'm not even gonna get
biggest
into that.
hater,
But
Jalen supporter ever. He ready
if
for some Jalen Hurts.
if I'm the GM, I mean, I would get rid of his contract. I would trade Wentz, and I don't think you can. I don't think he'll ever be great in Philly ever again because several reasons. And I quote Doug Peterson literally pretty much said in 2017, the only way Carson Wentz like messes up is if we mess him up. Well, damn, you did it. So great job. But here's the thing. Do you want Hurts to be your guy from the future? Because if nothing changes, he's gonna fail just like Carson Wentz failed. That's how organization failed him. Now I think we trade Wentz, we keep Hurts. I don't think the reason why I don't want to open quarterback competition is because if we get rid of Wentz, our cap goes down a lot. Like I know we still have to take a little bit of the cap, but it goes down a lot. And even if you make the wrong decision, let's say the Hurts is a bust or he doesn't do bad, I'm fine with being bad for another year and we draft a quarterback in the first round because we're not gonna win the Super Bowl or we're not gonna go deep in the playoffs next year regardless. So it's like you take the chance now because if you mess up next year, you weren't gonna be good anyway. So you still have a decent draft pick. So that's my
Yeah,
whole
see,
thing.
I agree with that 100%. Like, and realistically, it's not like a hating on Wentz thing. It's if you look at it as a business, you know what I'm saying? If you can shed all that money and be basically in the same position, because if Hurts sucks next year and we're not calling the right plays for him next year, we're not putting around, then next year maybe we can say, yeah, this is definitely on Doug. This is definitely on Howie. Maybe it opens Jeffrey Lurie's eyes a little bit more than obviously this year did because there was so many things you can blame. But the one tangible thing, like you can't look at coaching stats other than wins and losses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't. There's no QBR for Doug. So you can look at what Wentz did on paper and say, wow, this is bad. You don't want to pay $30 million for this. While that's not maybe the best, analysis as a GM or as an owner, that's what they have to go off of. So I agree with you. If you look at the team right now, we have a lot of issues and a lot of older players. So for me, I'm going to keep saying this. It's better to rebuild on a rookie contract than it is to be paying. Look at Matt Stafford and Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
How bad? Or look at Atlanta Falcons and Matt Ryan. Do you want to get into that situation where you're tied to the hip because nobody wants him now? You open a whole can of worms.
That's what I'm curious sometimes to even ask. Like, if you were Carson Wentz, would you do that? Like, if they come at you asking, do you want to restructure your contract? What do you say if you're Carson Wentz?
If it means I'm gone, like,
hey, y'all got to show me. If y'all gonna restructure my contract, I need at least 2 number 1 wide receivers up in here right now. I need to see the talent before I'm restructuring anything. So
here's the thing about the coach stat. There is one coach stat in terms of play calling, and it's your window percentage of like if the quarterback's throwing the ball, how much actual and Doug, I forget exactly what it is, but Doug's percentage in that is absolutely horrible, and I mean really bad. It's one of the worst in the league. It's worse than Jason Garrett, and Jason Garrett I think in the high 60s when it comes to non-open windows, so or throwing in tight windows for Daniel Jones. Here's the biggest thing. Michael Jacquet should have been playing. Quez Watkins should have been playing. That is one big thing I think in terms of play calling it's changed a lot. If you look at I think 100 and I think it was 120 of the yards that Hurts had were because playmakers made plays. You gave Quez Watkins the ball, he made a play. You gave Rager the ball, he made a play. You gave Miles the ball on the screen, he made a play. A lot of those plays, a lot of his yards came from you just throw the slant and let him do what he does. And we've never seen that until the last couple of games. So that's another big thing. Now, I don't think Doug has anything to do with his roster because before I was in Tone's calling, I was looking at Twitter, and Doug said in his interview, I'm not sure if you had a chance to check it out. He said they asked, will Jalen Hurts start? The man had 400 yards total, 4 touchdowns. He said, I don't know. I have to look at the tape, and I'll tell you if he starts next week.
And we talked about that before you got on. I'm sorry to cut you off, man. We talked about that before you even got on here. Like, who has with the Cowboy fan actually, Jay Tuck. I was like, who's actually making these decisions? Because why wouldn't you, as the head coach, when you see what happens, be giddy to say, oh, of course he's going to be our starting quarterback? Why would he be giddy? Why would he be apprehensive? Because he was giddy in saying that he was getting his old OC back and his old wide receivers coach back, and look what happened there. So I agree with you 100%. Who's really making these decisions? experience? Can Howie just go down there and say, "Nah, we're going back to Carson now"? The experiment's over.
Howie's the puppeteer in all this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
when you saw Doug get hired as a coach, I mean, he was standing behind, Howie's doing all the talking. Like, this is Doug. This is my man pretty much. I'm going to tell him what he's going to be doing. I'll run the show here. So I don't think Doug has, since he's been here, I don't think he's had the pool that he's, truly needed and wanted to maybe have. So we got a mess in Philly, gang.
Hold on, real quick. That's the thing, though. I think Jeffrey Lurie's not gonna fire him, but that new GM who signed, I forget his name.
John Dorsey.
Yeah, he's gonna. I feel like, oh my god, did he just say Russell Wilson but better?
Hey.
First of all, I don't even like the Russell Wilson. I think Hurts is more of a smaller version of Cam Newton because Hurts will put his shoulder down and hit you. He's not scared of that contact. He's like strong, fast, and can throw the ball. I like comparing him more to Cam Newton than Wilson because Wilson, he'll slide before you can even touch him. Here's the biggest thing. Howie Roseman, if he has the same amount of power that he has this year, this organization will never be good, and I mean never will be good. Here's the thing. Howie Roseman, okay, is how many people are in the stream right now?
I don't know.
I'm not quite sure. Hold on a minute. Let me see here. We got about look like we only got about 10 or so in the stream at the moment.
Okay, well, what I'm about to tell you, I told Tone privately. I'm not gonna say his name, but my dad's friend, actually, I think it was last year, came to the Eagles. He actually came. He's offensive line coach. He was pretty much assisting Coach Stoutland.
Yeah, you were saying you got some connects with some Eagle players. Yeah.
So he told my dad they don't like Howie. None of them like Howie. So no one likes Howie in that organization. I mean, literally no one. He was there, so every year they have like people come in just to like test him out, but they kept him for a little longer than they were supposed to because they actually really, really liked him. So they told him a little more stuff. Like he first stayed at our house, then he moved in, but like he stayed the rest of his stay with Stoutland. So he knows what's going on in the organization, and it's Howie Roseman. All of it is Howie Roseman. That's why I'm willing to give Doug another chance with the OC. Here's the thing, though. If you give Doug, and this question for everyone, if you give Doug an OC, right, and do you think he'll still try to peek into the room and say, hey, try to take over? You think he's just going to let the OC do the OC stuff?
I'll say this. I'll say it quick because I think it depends. Because if you look at how the defense is run, he has literally zero control over that. Jim Shorts is basically as close to a head coach of a defense as you can. Like, that's his. He doesn't. But if you're getting rid of your whole staff, if you're restarting, you're getting rid of Howie, and he has control over roster decisions, and basically plainly said, if he has more on his plate, I think he'll be happy to get rid of. You know what I'm saying? One of those things that if he trusts somebody, he can say, yeah, you call plays. I got to overlook everything. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure everything's running smooth and be the leader of men that we all know he can be. I think then in that situation, I don't think he's one of those guys that would constantly be like, what's going on? Unless something's wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I think right now he has nothing. He has literally nothing. What is he the head coach of? You know what I'm saying? Play calling? Because that seems to be the only thing he does. Well, obviously it's big, but he doesn't do anything. So I think right now I think somebody said it earlier, he's holding on to play calling because that's all he has.
And I honestly don't think he's going to give it up either. I think if we do get an offensive coordinator in here, there will be some kind of a power struggle. Again, Doug just needs to make these things simpler for himself. I mean, that would have been an easy scapegoat this year for him to be like, yeah, my offensive coordinator, sorry, wasn't getting the job done. But he never even gave that a chance. So he's sitting in that light all by himself, and we see who the problem is. So I don't see next year, even with him getting an offensive coordinator, that he's going to completely just give up the play calling. I believe he's going to be completely involved just because, I mean, they may bounce ideas off of one another, but I still believe Doug's going to have, of course, the reins to the whole playbook when it comes down to it. So
I think if Slay played today, we would have won that game because I don't think Hopkins would have had that catch for that touchdown.
I mean, man, I can't even hate on Hopkins. Hopkins like grown man. Most of our DBs like.
I don't know. Here's the thing though. A lot of people get it wrong about Jim Schwartz is I mean about these corners is literally Slay already told us Jim Schwartz has his corners play the receiver and not the ball. So it's like it's hard to get mad at Jaquette to not turning around because he's doing what he's told to do. Now here's the difference between Slay and Jaquette and all them other cornerbacks is Slay knows he's a really good corner. He knows when to turn around. He doesn't care
Mhm.
what the script is. He goes outside the script and makes a play happen. So that's the difference between how much he's making versus some of these guys who are making nothing. So that's the biggest thing. How can you get mad at him? And then we seen it. I don't know the last young guy like the guy who was like actually young, who has left Philly and played good. A lot of it is schematic. It's like, okay, I'm not sure if y'all watch the Sixers or any of that. Tobias Harris is a spot up shooter, right? If you tell Tobias Harris to come off an off ball screen and shoot the ball on a fadeaway and he doesn't work, whose fault is that? Tobias Harris or the other guy? No, it's the other guy who's telling him to do it because he's not good at what he's doing. So same thing with Nick Foles. Nick Foles is only good with the Eagles because schematics. The same thing with that happened in the beginning of the season with Javon Hargrave. He did horrible. He got used to the scheme. Now he's doing better. Same thing with Jamal Adams. It's all scheme. When you're not using your players right, they're not gonna be good. That's just it is what it is. I
Yeah.
don't know the last time a guy left Philly who was still talented and young that became just bust or just bad. I mean, what's his name? Will Parks is doing decent in Bronco now. Sidney Jones. All we can go on and on. And here's
Facts.
another thing. I don't think the coaching, I mean the health staff, whatever you want to call them, has full control. You want why I say that is because in Doug's conference, he said, if Lane wants to play, then he'll play. We let Peters play with that toe.
Mhm.
We've let Alshon play with his ribs. We've let so many players play with injuries. I don't think it's the healthy staff. I've never seen injuries on a team like this ever before, except for like the Niners, and most of that is because conditioning, because they're never injured like that. I think it's because they let the players decide, and these players love football. They'll die for football. So obviously, it doesn't matter if their toe is amputated or their whole leg is amputated. They're gonna try to play. So you have
Facts.
to, at that point, as a person who's getting paid that money to do what you do, you have to step in and say, no, you're not playing this week. You're gonna stay another week, and I think that's the difference between us helping. And I don't think it's this the staff of who takes care of them. I think it's the coaches above the staff who are saying, nah, he's playing this week. That's how I feel about
Yeah, we saw it with Kelsey. We saw it
it.
with Deshaun. So I agree.
Exactly, man. And again, like we replaced our medical staff, so I don't even want to hear that as an excuse no more.
Hmm.
So, but hey, my guy, listen, look, we've been almost on this train for almost 2 hours
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We about to great cut it short for tonight, my guy. But hey, listen, I need to know real quick your thoughts, real quick. Hey, how you feeling this coming week? I know. Look, we got the Cowboys on the horizon. Whether the season's over or not, we got an important game coming up. How should we approach that game? Do we look? Are we getting a W that week? What's happening that week, my guy?
I think we win the rest of the year, but I don't want to. I'm Team Tank. I forgot to mention. Team Tank.
I forgot to mention.
I'm Team Tank. Listen, there's no point and it's kind of like with the Jalen Hurts Open Competition League. There's no point of being good this year and then just being trash for the rest of the year. Get Hurts if he's the quarterback. Get Hurts a Jamar Chase. Get Hurts a Devontae Smith. Get Hurts something, right? Because if Hurts is doing this with nobody. Imagine, and here's the thing about the old line. I feel like our old line will be good because Stoutland will have Driscoll, he'll have Mulata, and he'll have Herbig. And if we draft another old line for some reason or whatever, he'll have a full offseason with the rookies, or they'll be their second year, but the rookies this year, and I feel like they'll strive with Stoutland for a full offseason with Stoutland. So I mean, get Hurts a number one receiver, and if start Jaquette across from Slade the rest of the year, the preseason and the first couple of games. I don't think we need to draft a first round draft pick for a cornerback if Jaquette can play better and learn under Slay. If he starts learning under Slay how to play the ball, how to do all this, that's why Slay even off the field is a big impact. Because if Slay can teach Jaquette like the ins and outs of playing corner, then I don't think we need to draft a first round. And then we can maybe draft a linebacker second round. So I mean, it all depends how we play this year out.
Hey, man, listen, we about to see it full effect. So, again, my guy, you already know. I appreciate you coming through, kicking
Of
that
course, of
knowledge.
course.
Hey, listen, We about to ride this thing out. It's always fly, Eagles fly, my guy.
Yes, sir.
Ain't in there this week. But, hey, we saw some encouraging stuff. So, hey, listen, until next time, my guy.
Have a good one here. Be safe.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas, brother.
Merry
Appreciate
Christmas.
you.
Happy holidays to you, bro.
Thank you. Have a happy holiday.
Yes, sir. Hey, bro, we just rocked almost a 2-hour stream, man. Listen, this was some good therapy talk. You already know.
I feel good.
It felt good, man. Again, we had to get that out because, hey, we know what kind of a game we watched. It was a thriller game. I saw a lot of stuff to be encouraged by, but at the end of the day, we got to put that L on the forehead.
Just one of those weeks. Just one of those weeks, man. It is what it is, man. Like I said, I always love coming on your channel. I always love rocking with you because we always have good conversations. We were about to have a 2-hour pre-live talk on this, just because we feel some type of way. So I feel better. I feel we got the bad juju's off. I feel like some of Eagles Nation feels a little bit better. So I think we did our job.
Hey, man, we came with it, man. Again, man, we all going through it right now. We ain't immune to it. I'm in my feelings. We was talking behind the scene. First thing I said to my guy is I'm big mad right now. You have to bear with me. But, hey, we appreciate every last one of y'all for rocking with us.
Yes,
We
sir.
already know ain't none of this possible without y'all's help and y'all's push. So, again, hey, listen, we put both of the channel links in the description below because y'all know what it is. We on both platforms right now. So, hey, y'all already know. If y'all new to our rides, y'all know what to do. Go
hit that subscribe.
because y'all already know how we bringing it. So, hey, gang, hey, listen, it's been fun. We gonna get through this as an Eagle Nation, but it's always fly, Eagles, fly. And let them know we still out here, my guy. Hey, and on that note, go let them know, bro.
Yes, sir. You already know me. Hey, yo, we were so close to 1K. I think I'm at like 880 when this is getting recorded. Let's do it. Give me a Christmas present, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it is. Other than that, fly goes flying. We are out here.
Yes, sir. Notion gang. Salute.